Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming at you here on Wednesday afternoon. Had a good day today. Traded the plan, and the plan worked out pretty well. Did make a couple of mistakes, but had two really nice trades. And hey, we'll talk about it. So I was looking for ES to break this range above these highs. I was also looking for the NASDAQ to break that similar range right here above those highs. We did get that break today. The trade did not set up on NQ. The NASDAQ simply ripped off the open. There was really no trade for me. But on ES, we did find a nice little trade. I did take 3 longs, got stopped out break even on the first one. Basically a break-even stop out on the second one. After that big rejection, I just got out of the trade. And then as we retested this area again, I was just so confident in this area holding and the way the price action was looking. I went long for the third time and came out of that with a nice $300 trade. So we ended up with a net gain of about $250 per account on the Apex accounts. Those were the 3 trades I took on Apex, but a little bit of a missed opportunity because had I stayed in this trade, and you have to remember at this point in time, we were doing a lot of this. We were holding above this level, but we weren't getting continuation. And when I finally got TP1 hit, let me just zoom in here a little bit. When I finally got TP1 hit on the first trade, or the first, yeah, for TP1 hit, look at this. The entry is here. We do this. We nearly stop out. We push up. We almost get to TP1. Then we come all the way back down. I'm just sitting through this, not taking profit. I am doing a way better job at holding, but I'm allowing my strategy to work, my ATM strategy. Well, I finally got to TP1. At that point, I'm thinking, well, this could roll right back over. Again, you know, we hadn't, this was what I was looking at the time. Whoops. Don't want to mess that up. This was what I was looking at the time. And so I was worried about this rolling over. So for that reason, I did start to trail my stop and ended up trailing out there with a full, basically 2-hour win. So I was really happy with that trade up 300. However, looking at it now, had I let it go, my 4-hour target would have been somewhere right there. And so I left about $150 on the table by basically stopping out of that trade early, even though it was in profit. So that's just something you have to deal with, and I'm okay with it. It's just it's happened quite a bit. I say quite a bit. It's happened a few times where a trade could have ended up as a really nice trade, but there's also many times where you go a little bit and you just roll over and you get out. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with safeguarding. Maybe what I need to do is not be as aggressive and maybe only go for a 1R, move my stop up and trail it at 1R. So I'm selling half the position here, which is 150. Well, that's a weird 5. If I would trail at 1R, if I get stopped out there, I'm adding another 75. And so then we have a trade of 225. So after commissions, might be like 220. That may be a better play, and it would allow the trade to work. But anyway, so that was the trades on ES and on the Apex accounts. And then if we go to the Russell, was where I took trades on my take profit accounts, and I mismanaged this a little bit. So I was also looking for a continuation trade above here. I thought maybe we'd get a move and get a continuation, kind of a consolidation and then a move. Well, we didn't get that, but what we did get is a dip and a break above PDH. Initially, we broke above the Monday high, the Monday high, and I took this trade. And the critique I have here with this one is I'm okay with this. We had tested this area, the PDH, and then we tested this area, and I liked this entry. Took it. And I took it with the max position size I have on ATM, which is 10 contracts, 10 micros. But we have such a small little movement, my stop was sitting like right here. Well, really, the exit for this trade is right there, even though the upside was huge. And so my failure here was I should have killed this trade right here as it broke below. That was what I should have done instead of letting myself get stopped out fully for a 150 loss. If I'm going to hold for this, then I should have been trading with smaller size and allowed my stop to be somewhere down below. But I didn't do that. I had bigger size, so I needed to stop out there. So I hope that makes sense, but that's the critique and what I did wrong on that specific trade. Well, this held, So I got back in it again, and I got a little bit cute with my stop, and just as soon as this wick down below, I just killed the trade. Well, I ended up wick stopping, getting a wick out, and then it went again. So I entered for a third time, and then I got the move, and then I got out of there with an almost $300 trade. So really happy with that, but I did some damage to my account right there, and that's why I'm only up $36, $37 instead of being up, $200, $300. So a little bit of I don't know, just some trading mistakes on my part, but that's how we learn. And yeah, that's where we're at. So that's today. Let's take a look at the stats on TradeZella. So up 936, so nice little day, 33% win rate. Again, 3.45, so average win 279, average loss was $80. Love this. I really, really like how this has worked. Let's look at this week. Numbers should still be pretty strong. So if you look at this week, we're up 2,000, 37% win rate, almost 4 on the average win to loss. That's what makes this be profitable. Even though I'm right 40% of the time, we're still getting wins because our average win is nice. It's a really nice average win. If you go to when we started this for the last couple of weeks, we're now up $4,000, 36%, average win 3.5. So it's working. Again, I'm not doing anything different as far as my setups. I'm still taking the break and retests. The only difference is I'm allowing that trade to run to 2R before I take any kind of profit. It's either going to be a 150 loss, a break-even loss, or a 2R win or better. And I really, really, really like this ATM. So anyway, that is that. On the weekly numbers here, this is where we're at with the 250 today. We make up for the losses we had on Monday and Tuesday on the Apex accounts, and so now we're net positive for the week. And we've added to the Take Profit Trader accounts, and so we are nicely positive there, above 300 per account. So definitely having a good solid week, and really having a good couple of weeks. So we just need this thing to keep going. So we'll see where this goes. Obviously, NVIDIA earnings are going to be happening here in a few minutes. I think that earnings call is scheduled for 4 p.m. It is 3:57 as of right now, but I have to run, so I had to do this update so that I could move. So I probably won't get to see the earnings until maybe a little bit later on tonight. We'll see what things did. So I'm curious to see what this does. Do we continue to push higher, and are we going to be somewhere in these upper areas, or are we going to push right back down into the range with these earnings? I hope that if for some reason these earnings are negative, that we go below this channel, and if we go to the upside, anything is fine. So we'll see. That's where we're at. So I'll leave you with that. Yeah. Hope you guys had a great day. Let me know how you did in the comments, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.